Have you ever been puzzled by a sudden change in her behavior, when the warmth fades and the distance grows, leaving you to wonder what went wrong? You're not alone in this confusion. Welcome to a transformative journey where we reclaim our influence and command respect, all through the lens of Stoic wisdom. In today's video, I'm going to unveil 10 powerful steps that will not only bring back the attention of a woman who has grown distant, but will also boost your standing in her eyes. These strategies are more than just effective tactics. They are teachings derived from Stoicism that encourage us to embrace composure and resilience in the face of emotional turmoil. By applying these principles, you'll learn how to handle rejection with grace and turn the situation to your advantage. So buckle up and get ready to change the dynamics of your interactions and possibly reshape your relationships for the better. If you're ready to gain back control and earn the admiration you deserve, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest empowering content. Let's dive into these transformative insights and start your journey towards a more respected and admired you. Number 1. Don't reveal your feelings. Let's get straight to the point. Stoicism teaches us that the path to true control is through self-mastery, particularly of our emotions. One of the most significant mistakes men make is being too transparent about their feelings, mistakenly believing that wearing their heart on their sleeve will make them more appealing to a woman. However, according to Stoic principles, revealing too much of your inner world only weakens your position. It's like showing your cards in a poker game. Once she knows how invested you are, she sees you as predictable and easily controlled. In the realm of Stoicism, the goal is to remain unshaken by external circumstances, including romantic interests. When you openly display your emotions, you're effectively giving up this control, letting your reactions dictate your interactions. This predictability makes you less intriguing and more like an open book, easily read and understood. Now, don't mistake this for advocating coldness or indifference. Stoicism isn't about suppressing feelings entirely. Rather, it's about managing them with wisdom and restraint. By showing less and controlling what you reveal, you create a dynamic where your emotions are not so easily accessible. This change can shift the balance of power in the relationship. The woman who once felt secure and in control will start to sense a shift. When you're no longer constantly available or eager to please, she'll begin to feel a pang of insecurity. This feeling of insecurity can be powerful. According to Stoic wisdom, understanding and accepting the natural ebb and flow of desire can lead to greater influence. As you become less predictable and more enigmatic, you provoke curiosity. She'll wonder about your true feelings and why you're not as readily available as before. This uncertainty will make her reassess her position and seek to regain your attention. Here's where the Stoic approach shines. By keeping your emotional responses in check and not revealing everything up front, you maintain control over the dynamic. You transition from being a predictable and easily attainable figure to a compelling challenge. Challenges are inherently intriguing, and the pursuit itself can heighten her desire for your attention. So, manage your emotions with finesse. Don't lay everything bare, and let her experience a bit of uncertainty. This approach not only helps you gain respect, but also shifts the power dynamics in your favor. By maintaining your composure and strategic restraint, you stop being just another face in the crowd and become someone she genuinely wants to earn. Number 2, let her handle the desperation. Let's explore a crucial misstep many men make: desperation. It often feels like an automatic response when a woman becomes distant or treats you poorly. What's your reaction? You chase her, beg for answers, and desperately seek her attention as if she's the sole source of your happiness. But here's the Stoic wisdom. Such behavior is akin to conceding defeat. By chasing after her and pleading, you're surrendering all control to her. It's like saying, "I'm so desperate for your validation that I'll do anything to get it." And what happens when you display such desperation? You come across as someone who lacks self-worth, someone who doesn't value himself. In the Stoic view, a man who doesn't recognize his own value is vulnerable to being exploited. She sees this lack of self-respect and may end up taking you for granted, walking all over you without a second thought. So, how do you shift the balance? Take a deep breath, center yourself, and resist the urge to act impulsively. When you notice that things aren't right and she's not valuing your worth, it's time to step back. I'm not suggesting you play games or feign withdrawal to test if she will chase you. No, I'm advocating for a genuine retreat, a recognition that if she doesn't appreciate your value, you have other, more fulfilling pursuits to focus on. This is where Stoic principles come into play. When you cease to act from desperation, the energy shifts. The woman who once saw you as her passive audience now senses a shift in power. She assumed you would always be there, willing to do whatever it took to win her over. But now, you're demonstrating that you refuse to settle for less than you deserve. This revelation is powerful and often leaves her stunned. Here's the trick. By stopping your desperate behavior, you stop chasing her when she pulls away. Instead, you create a space where she can feel the loss of control. The power she once believed she had over you is now absent, and she begins to pursue you, trying to reclaim what she thought was rightfully hers. In Stoic terms, this approach reflects a profound understanding of self-worth and emotional independence. When you let her carry the desperation, you change the dynamic. You signal that you value yourself and your time. And this shift often leads her to treat you with the respect and attention you deserve. So next time she distances herself, don't panic. Allow her to experience the void. This simple but profound shift in approach can transform your interactions and ensure that you are valued for who you truly are. Number 3, stay unreachable. Let's delve into a fundamental Stoic strategy that can change the dynamics of attraction: the art of being unavailable. From a Stoic perspective, maintaining a sense of mystery and scarcity is not just a tactic, but a principle of self-respect and self-control. In the world of Stoicism, we recognize that our time and attention are valuable resources. When you make yourself perpetually available, you inadvertently diminish your own worth. The Stoic sage understands that constant availability can create an impression of desperation and lack of other meaningful pursuits, which, from a philosophical standpoint, is contrary to living a balanced and self-sufficient life. So, what does the Stoic approach suggest? It's simple, yet powerful. Cultivate a sense of mystery by being selectively unavailable. When she reaches out or proposes a meetup, respond with composure, indicating that you are engaged with other meaningful activities. This doesn't mean being dismissive, but rather showing that you have a full and fulfilling life beyond her immediate presence. The Stoic wisdom here is clear. To respect oneself is to recognize one's own value. By making yourself less available, you're not just creating a strategic advantage. You're affirming your own worth and illustrating that your life is rich with purpose and direction. This shift not only preserves your dignity, but also underscores the principle that one should never seek validation from others at the expense of their self-respect. When you start to pull away, you disrupt the predictable pattern. This approach challenges her assumptions about your availability and forces her to reassess her expectations. The very act of being less accessible can stir a sense of urgency and reflection. She may start to question why you're no longer pursuing her with the same intensity and begin to feel a pang of insecurity about potentially losing you. This is not about playing games, but about embodying a sense of self-worth and maintaining your own space. By delaying your responses, turning down some invitations, and focusing on your own life, you create a natural space that allows for mutual respect and desire. As you adopt this Stoic principle, something profound happens. She begins to feel a shift. The once predictable and accessible person is now a figure of intrigue and value. This newfound distance transforms you into a challenge she's eager to overcome, prompting her to pursue you with renewed interest. In essence, things that are always within reach are rarely cherished. So by mastering the art of being occasionally unavailable, you align with the Stoic ideal of valuing oneself and allowing others to recognize that value in turn. If you've made it this far and you're still with us, please take a moment to drop a comment below to share your thoughts, or simply type "Be hard to get" if you resonate with the content. Your feedback is invaluable and keeps us inspired for future videos. Now, let's continue. Number 4, show her that you have other interests. In the philosophy of Stoicism, self-worth and independence are paramount. Too many men make the critical mistake of remaining passive, waiting for the woman to decide whether she wants to return while their own lives and opportunities drift away. Standing by with crossed arms, passively hoping for her to come back, is like declaring your own insignificance. This behavior tells her that you are just another option she can pick up or put down at her convenience. Instead of waiting around as if you're a doormat, why not show that your life is progressing without her? By actively engaging with other people, pursuing new experiences, and demonstrating that you're moving forward, you embody the Stoic virtue of resilience and self-sufficiency. Your life doesn't revolve around her. It's full and rich on its own. When you shift your mindset and actions to reflect this, the dynamics of the situation change dramatically. The woman who once felt assured of her control over you will start to feel a sense of unease. She will begin to question why you are with others, what those others might have that she doesn't, and this uncertainty will chip away at her confidence. It's not merely about creating jealousy. It's about invoking a genuine fear of loss. She will come to realize that if she doesn't act quickly, she risks losing you to someone who values you as she failed to. This strategy isn't about engaging in petty games or manipulative tactics. Rather, it's about asserting your value and showing that you won't settle for mere scraps of attention. It's about moving on, demonstrating that you have other options, and making it clear that if she doesn't meet your standards, others will. This approach shifts the power dynamic, making it evident that your worth isn't dependent on her approval or presence. By embracing this Stoic mindset, you are not only respecting yourself, but also subtly encouraging her to reconsider her actions. When she sees that you're thriving and growing without her, the realization that she might lose you to someone else will create a sense of urgency. She'll be driven by the fear of missing out on someone who brings value to her life, and this can prompt her to reassess her approach and potentially seek to win you back. Remember, life is too short to wait around for someone who doesn't appreciate your worth. Stand firm in your value, move forward with confidence, and let your actions speak volumes about the respect you deserve. Number 5, creating mystique. Many men fall into the trap of believing that the key to winning a woman's affection lies in complete openness, sharing every detail about their lives, aspirations, fears, and dreams. They assume that by being entirely transparent, they will build trust and deepen their connection. Yet, this approach often leads to the opposite outcome. When you lay everything bare too soon, you risk becoming predictable and unexciting, diminishing the allure that originally drew her to you. Stoicism teaches us the value of restraint and the wisdom of maintaining an aura of composure and self-control. This philosophical approach can be seamlessly applied to the art of attraction. Rather than exposing every facet of yourself right away, embody the Stoic principle of preserving an element of mystery. This doesn't mean being deceptive or disingenuous. Rather, it's about creating an intriguing presence that prompts curiosity and engagement. When she inquires about your thoughts or feelings, provide answers that are thoughtful, yet not entirely revealing. This strategic elusiveness allows her to wonder and speculate about your deeper self, making you more compelling. Mystery isn't confined to the realm of conversation alone. It extends to your overall demeanor and actions. Just as a Stoic maintains a steady and controlled outward demeanor while managing inner emotions, you should balance your presence and engagement. Avoid laying out your plans and intentions in clear detail. Instead, be unpredictably present, sometimes attentive and engaged, other times subtly distant and preoccupied. This variation in your behavior keeps her intrigued as she continuously tries to decipher your true thoughts and intentions. By not fully disclosing your feelings or future plans, you cultivate an environment where she is left to ponder and yearn for a deeper understanding of you. This approach reflects a core Stoic practice, focusing on what is within your control while maintaining equanimity in the face of external responses. In your interactions, let her see only parts of who you are, allowing her imagination to fill in the gaps. This controlled revelation creates a dynamic where she becomes increasingly invested in uncovering the mystery that surrounds you. The allure of the unknown is a powerful force, and by embracing it, you draw her in and sustain her interest. In mastering the art of mystery through a Stoic lens, you not only become more captivating, but also embody qualities that reflect strength and self-assurance. People are naturally attracted to what they cannot completely understand. By keeping her guessing and intrigued, you transform yourself into an irresistible enigma, ensuring that her fascination with you continues to grow. If you're still with us, we'd really appreciate your input. Share your thoughts in the comments or simply type "Be a Mystery" if this resonates with you. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and fuels our passion for making more videos. Let's keep going. Number 6. Prioritize your time and effort. Consider this. How many men do you know who spend endless hours, days, or even weeks chasing after a woman who does not genuinely appreciate their efforts? It's akin to squandering a precious commodity. Stoicism teaches us that our time is a limited and invaluable asset. Once a moment passes, it's gone forever, irretrievable and irreplaceable. So why should we waste it on someone who doesn't recognize our true worth? The Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us that life is short and that we must use our time wisely. This means making deliberate choices about where and with whom we invest our time and energy. If a woman is not reciprocating your efforts or demonstrating a genuine interest in you, it's time to reassess your priorities. The core of Stoic wisdom lies in understanding that your time and energy are not to be squandered on those who do not respect them. By placing a high value on your own time, you naturally elevate its perceived worth in the eyes of others. This practice isn't about becoming self-centered or detached. Rather, it's about maintaining a sense of self-respect and dignity. It's about recognizing your inherent value and ensuring that it isn't wasted on someone who fails to appreciate it. Stoicism encourages us to act with integrity, to align our actions with our values, and to avoid investing in relationships or pursuits that do not contribute to our well-being. When you start to distance yourself from those who fail to honor your time, you create a new dynamic. This is not merely about physical absence, but also about emotional and mental disengagement. Stop expanding your mental energy trying to please or win back someone who clearly isn't on the same wavelength. Instead, channel that energy into areas of your life that nurture your growth and happiness, your projects, your personal development, and your relationships with those who genuinely value your presence. As you begin to withdraw, making yourself less available and less eager to please, the shift in dynamics becomes evident. She will start to see you as someone who is not easily won over, someone whose time and attention must be earned. This new perception creates an aura of mystery and control, positioning you as someone of higher value. It's a natural outcome of valuing your time and energy according to Stoic principles. When you act from a place of self-worth, others are compelled to reassess their own attitudes and behaviors toward you. They begin to see that you are not just another option, but a person who deserves thoughtful consideration and respect. So, before you invest further in someone, ask yourself this critical question. Does this person truly deserve your time and attention? If the answer is no, prioritize yourself and your values. Those who respect their own time and energy naturally command respect from others. By embodying this Stoic principle, you not only enhance your own life, but also create a dynamic where others are eager to earn your attention and appreciation. This is where true strength and influence reside, where self-respect meets the power to attract those who genuinely value and reciprocate your efforts. Number 7. Make her the desperate one. In the world of Stoicism, mastering self-control and emotional detachment is essential. By embracing these principles, you can dramatically shift the power dynamics in your interactions with women, flipping the script so that she becomes the one who is eager for your attention. This transformation starts with understanding your own worth and asserting control over the situation, making her chase what she once took for granted. Let's delve into the Stoic philosophy that underpins this approach. Stoicism teaches us to maintain inner peace and not be swayed by external circumstances. By applying this wisdom, you can avoid falling into the trap of constantly seeking validation or approval from others. When you stop being overly available and begin demonstrating that you are not just another option, you elevate yourself to a position of value and authority. Here's how you can put this into practice. First, begin by creating distance. This is not about playing games, but about embodying the Stoic ideal of self-worth and independence. When you make yourself less available, you're not just withdrawing your presence. You're signaling that your time and attention are valuable. This act of self-respect is key to altering the dynamic. By doing so, you show that you are not waiting around for whatever she has to offer, and this shift will naturally cause her to reassess her own position. As she notices the change, she begins to experience the same anxiety that you once felt. This is a crucial turning point. The roles have reversed. She's now the one who feels the pressure of potentially losing you. This anxiety is powerful because it mirrors the emotions you might have felt when you feared losing her. It's a natural consequence of shifting the power dynamics, and it's precisely what you want to achieve. At this juncture, you become the object of desire. The power that was once in her hands now shifts to you. Instead of begging for attention or affection, you assert your worth with confidence. You make it clear that you're not settling for mere scraps, but are deserving of a full feast. This assertion is not about arrogance, but about recognizing your value and not compromising on it. If she is not willing to offer you what you truly deserve, then there are others who will appreciate your worth. This process instills a sense of urgency in her. The fear of losing you propels her into action, making her strive to reclaim what she once took for granted. In this way, you harness the power of Stoic detachment to your advantage. You dictate the terms of the interaction, demonstrating that you are not only desirable but also in control. So, let her experience the fear of losing you. Allow her to feel the urgency that once drove you. It is in this moment that you reveal your true power, transforming from a mere player in the game to the ultimate prize that everyone wants, but few can reach. By doing so, you don't just win her attention. You redefine the entire dynamic of the relationship, setting a new standard for how you are valued and treated. Number 8, don't chase after her. It's natural to feel confused or even desperate when someone you care about becomes distant. You might be tempted to chase after her, trying to understand why she's withdrawing and striving to win her back. However, from a Stoic perspective, this approach can be detrimental. When you chase after her, you are essentially surrendering your own power and demonstrating just how much you need her presence to feel whole. This act of chasing can be compared to waving a white flag, declaring, "I can't live without you." According to Stoic philosophy, placing such high value on her approval and attention compromises your own self-worth. Instead of empowering you, chasing her only underscores your perceived lack of value and can push her further away. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner strength and independence, relying on our own virtues and goals rather than seeking validation from others. When you chase her, you inadvertently signal that your happiness and sense of self are dependent on her actions. This can lead her to believe that she holds all the power in the relationship, which might not be the most appealing dynamic for anyone seeking a balanced and mutually respectful connection. When you stop pursuing her and instead channel your energy into building a fulfilling and purposeful life, you create a natural void that allows her to recognize what she might be missing. This newfound independence and confidence make you more attractive because you demonstrate that your life is complete and rich without her involvement. In embracing Stoic detachment, you are effectively signaling that her presence is not the focal point of your existence. This shift in perspective helps to rebalance the power dynamic in the relationship. Instead of you being the one scrambling for her attention, she may find herself re-evaluating her position and the impact of her actions. The idea is not to manipulate or control, but to cultivate a sense of self-worth and inner strength that naturally draws her to reconsider her stance. By applying Stoic principles, you demonstrate that you are a person of value who does not need external validation to feel complete. This approach not only enhances your own sense of purpose, but also compels her to recognize that she needs to put in the effort if she wants to be a part of your enriched and fulfilling life. In this way, you become a person who is not only desirable, but also someone who inspires genuine interest and respect. Number 9, elevate your value. When a woman pulls away, it can feel like a setback, but in the context of Stoic philosophy, it is a valuable opportunity for reflection and growth. This moment serves as a signal that you should turn your attention inward, reassess your own worth, and elevate it. Elevating your value isn't about putting on a facade or seeking external validation. It's about genuine, consistent self-improvement. Stoics believe that our value comes from our actions and how we conduct ourselves, not from others' perceptions. When a woman pulls away, it's not a reason to chase after her or feel diminished. Instead, It's an invitation to enhance your own life and character. Consider how you can apply this in practical terms. Engage deeply in your passions, whether they are related to your career, hobbies, or personal projects. Set meaningful goals that push you to grow and challenge yourself. Cultivate a fulfilling life that doesn't depend on someone else's approval. When you are dedicated to personal growth, pursuing your interests, and living with purpose, you automatically increase your own value. As you invest in yourself, you naturally become more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are confident, self-sufficient, and continuously striving for self-improvement. By focusing on elevating your own value, you shift the focus away from her and back to you. This change in focus is significant. It means you are no longer a man who is waiting around for her attention, but rather someone who is actively creating a meaningful and successful life. When you embody these Stoic principles, you show that your self-worth is not contingent on her actions or attention. You are someone who commands respect and admiration through your own achievements and personal growth. This shift in perspective forces her to reassess her own behavior and realize that you are not just another person seeking her validation. Instead, you are a person who is thriving and has a lot to offer. In summary, when she pulls away, do not succumb to desperation or anxiety. Instead, take control of the situation by focusing on elevating your own value. This approach not only makes you more appealing, but also changes the dynamics of the relationship in your favor. By adhering to Stoic principles and committing to your own growth, you demonstrate that your worth is inherent and self-sustained. This mindset gives you the power to transform the situation, making her more eager for your attention as she recognizes the strength and value you bring to the table. Number 10. Take the lead role in your own life. Let's explore a profound principle that can transform your existence, stepping into the role of the true protagonist in your own life. In Stoic philosophy, we recognize that while we cannot control external events, we can always control how we respond to them. This distinction is key to reclaiming your power and becoming the central figure in your own story. Many men fall into the trap of revolving their lives around a woman, placing her at the center of their universe as if their entire happiness and sense of purpose depend solely on her presence. This approach not only places you in a passive role, but also undermines your own agency and self-worth. It's like casting yourself as a secondary character in a narrative that should be solely yours to write. Now is the time to rewrite your life's script. Don't wait for external validation or permission from someone else to assert your value and pursue your dreams. In the spirit of Stoicism, you must prioritize yourself, not from a place of selfishness, but from a deep recognition of your own intrinsic worth. This means living in alignment with your own values, desires, and principles, rather than being influenced by the expectations and approval of others. When you embrace the role of the protagonist in your own story, you start making choices based on what genuinely benefits you, rather than what merely pleases those around you. You move beyond the limits of settling for less and demand the full, rich experience that life offers, understanding that you deserve nothing less. This shift elevates not only your self-esteem, but also garners respect from those who witness your transformation. People begin to see you as a man with a clear sense of direction and purpose, someone who commands respect and admiration because he refuses to settle for mediocrity. The true elegance of this Stoic approach lies in its natural ability to attract others. By focusing on your own journey and becoming the central figure in your life, you magnetically draw in those who genuinely appreciate and value you. You no longer need to chase after attention or engage in manipulative games. Instead, Those who are meant to be a part of your story will gravitate toward you. They will be eager to support you, celebrate your achievements, and stand by your side. So, my friend, cease to be a passive observer in your own narrative. Rise up and take control. Embrace the role of the protagonist with the confidence and clarity that comes from understanding and valuing your own worth. When you place yourself firmly at the center of your story, everything around you starts to shift. You transition from being a follower to becoming a magnet for others who are drawn to your strength, integrity, and purpose. As we draw this video to a close, let's take a moment to ponder the powerful Stoic philosophy that underscores our discussion today. Life is infinitely too valuable to be spent in the shadows, merely reacting to the whims of those who fail to recognize our worth. Embracing Stoicism teaches us not just about endurance, but about the dignity of choosing ourselves when others may not. It's about making deliberate choices that forge our character and shape how we are perceived in the world. If you desire respect, admiration, and authentic connections, it's essential to step into your power, to become the principal actor in your own life story, rather than a bystander. Rejecting the mere leftovers of someone's attention and refusing to act out of desperation are not just acts of self-respect, but profound declarations of your values. Remember, the true strength as taught by Stoic wisdom lies within you. There's no need to chase after anyone. When you start living authentically, honoring your worth, and respecting your own boundaries, the right people, the ones who truly value what you bring to the table, will naturally gravitate towards you. It's time to rise above, to honor your own journey, and to live by principles that elevate your life beyond the ordinary. You are the author of your own epic story. Make it a masterpiece that you're proud to call your own.